Esther Snyder buried her husband and all three sons while watching her burger empire grow from a small stand into a $7 billion powerhouse with over 400 locations. She outlived them all, leaving her 24-year-old granddaughter as the sole heir to a massive, tragic fortune. Please comment legacy if you value the bonds of unity. The strategic philosophy of the Snyder family contradicts every rule of the modern fast food industry, which prioritizes rapid expansion. While competitors chase global franchising and public stock offerings for quick capital, the Snyders chose total control and operational secrecy. They reframed the burger industry as a mission-driven enterprise, where the soul of the business is found in quality. Heiress Snyder was an innovator, obsessed with the fresh ingredients and the operational efficiency of the two-way speaker box. He rejected the wave of franchising that swept the industry in the 1950s and 60s, favoring a centralized management. This philosophy turned a simple meal into a luxury experience built on the refusal to compromise on the core product. This refusal to scale via outside capital created a company with an almost cellular dependence on insider knowledge and values. The Snyders understood that a burger is not just food but a promise of consistency that only they could deliver. They viewed the company as a family stewardship rather than a vehicle for maximizing short-term shareholder profits or exit. By keeping the operation entirely private, they shielded the brand from the corrosive pressures of the public markets and analysts. This allowed them to maintain a quality-first growth model that focused on long-term durability rather than quarterly gains. Strategic discipline became the hallmark of the Snyder family system, ensuring the brand remains beloved by millions across multiple generations. The founders understood that the only way to protect the legacy was to build a system that survived the family. They prioritized the slow quality first growth model that avoided the dilution that destroyed so many other family-owned brands. The soul of the subject is found in the total refusal to sacrifice the founding principles for any financial gain. The financial engine of in and out is a masterclass in concentrated ownership and the power of zero corporate debt. In 2024, the company achieved system-wide revenue exceeding $2.3 billion with zero outside investors. This machine achieves the highest unit volumes in the nation, averaging $5.8 million per single restaurant location. This performance is roughly double the average of major competitors, proving that quality and simplicity drive superior operational financial results. The machine runs on operating leverage, where every store contributes massive cash flow back to the central family trust structure. With no interest payments or dividends for public shareholders, the company can reinvest every dollar into their own strategic infrastructure. Milestones show a machine that grows with an institutional momentum that survives even the loss of its chief executive officers. Between 1976 and 1993, the store count expanded from 18 to 93 under Rich Snyder. By 2025, the value of the company reached nearly $7 billion, entirely owned by a single family. The technical breakdown reveals a system that captures maximum value by owning the entire supply chain from butcher to bun. This concentration of ownership was not just a financial choice, but a survival mechanism triggered by the deaths of heirs. As family members died, the institutional protection layers were added, ensuring the financial engine could run without a blood Snyder. This machine produces approximately $5.8 million in volume per location while maintaining a secret menu and simple core. The operating margins are protected by the refusal to pay royalties to franchisees or fees to massive third-party distributors. The Snyder engine is a self-contained financial fortress that turns fresh ingredients into a multi-billion-dollar private legacy. The engine continues to grow through a controlled geographic expansion that is grounded in the family commitment to high quality. By the time the granddaughter assumed full control, the company was already the highest-performing burger chain in the nation. The financial machine is designed to capture and hold value within the family trust across many different decades of growth. The crucible of the Snyder family is a story of repeated tragedy that would have destroyed any lesser corporate structure. The dark night of the soul began in 1993 when Rich Snyder died in a tragic plane crash. He was the systems architect who had spent 17 years professionalizing the company and building the leadership executive bench. His death was followed by the passing of his brother Guy in 1999 due to an accidental overdose. These losses left the company without a second-generation operator, forcing the matriarch Esther to return to the presidency again. The family faced a leadership vacuum that exposed the critical risks of relying on human life for a corporate future. Lynsi Snyder, the sole heir, faced her own crucible when she was targeted in 2 separate kidnapping attempts as youth. These events forced her into a life of near-total anonymity and a security posture that redefined the company culture. She had to analyze these failures of safety to build a moat of security around her family and her business. The tragedy of the 1993 crash actually led to nationwide aviation safety protocols regarding the wake turbulence levels. The loss of a burger executive saved future lives through a federal directive issued by the aviation authorities in America. The Snyders analyzed every gap in their family and institutional structure to ensure that the system could survive further trauma. I would love to hear about your own experience with setbacks or professional failures in the comments section below today. Do you believe that a crucible is necessary to build a durable system of wealth, or can success be achieved without the pain of a major defeat in your life? Setbacks often reveal the true strength of an old legacy. Every death revealed a gap in the structure that was subsequently filled with a new layer of institutional family protection. The tragedies that could have destroyed the company instead hardened it and prepared it for a long-term global survival. The Snyder family analyzed their failure to protect their heirs to build a corporate moat that is entirely unique today. The secret sauce of in and out is a competitive moat built on a supply chain constraint treated as law. The company refuses to open a store unless it is within a single day's drive of a company-owned facility. This means no freezers, no microwaves, and no heat lamps are ever allowed inside the kitchen of any single location. This moat is reinforced by In and Out University, which codifies the Snyder family values into a manager training program. The university ensures that the culture remains intact even when the founders are no longer present to oversee the daily. The institutional memory is carried by executives who have risen through the ranks over decades of loyal and dedicated service. Competitors cannot replicate this moat because it requires a refusal to grow for the sake of growth or quick profit. While other chains franchise to any bidder with capital, the Snyders only grow as fast as they can train leaders. This human capital strategy is the ultimate secret sauce that protects the brand from the dilution of quality and service. The moat also includes the concentration of 100% ownership, which removes the pressure to follow industry fashion trends. Lynsi Snyder can maintain a quality-first operating mandate because she has no public shareholders demanding a higher growth rate. This total control allows the company to move inward and consolidate its strengths during times of external industry market crisis. The supply chain is the law of the land, ensuring that every burger served is fresh and of high quality. By butchering and grinding their own beef in their facilities, the Snyders control the flavor profile and the safety standards. This technical moat is an engineering marvel of vertical integration that ensures the brand remains the highest performing in America. The refusal to go public is a strategic decision that protects the company from the volatility of the financial markets. It ensures that the family remains the sole decision maker on every aspect of the business, from ingredients to expansion. The competitive moat is built on a foundation of total independence and a refusal to compromise on the core product. In the modern era, In and Out has adapted by using infrastructure as the primary driver for all regional expansion. The move into Texas in 2011 required the company to first build a massive commissary facility in the Dallas. They used data to map out locations that could be serviced by their fresh supply chain within 24 hours. This strategic pivot allowed them to reach beyond California while maintaining the same standards that Harry and Esther once set. The company opened its first Tennessee restaurants in 2025, following a $125 million investment. By 2029, they will operate from dual headquarters in California and Tennessee to manage a growing national footprint. They stay relevant by transforming private grief into institutional purpose through foundations that target addiction and the child abuse prevention. These memorial projects bind the community to the family story, creating a deep emotional connection with the modern burger consumer. Data is used to ensure that expansion is controlled and grounded in the family commitment to high quality and service. Invite you to subscribe to Old Money Habits 7 for more strategic deep dives into the world of durable wealth. Our channel is a hub for those who value the systems and the discipline required to maintain a high legacy. Join our community of analysts and legacy builders today as we explore the invisible structures of the global financial elite. The expansion into Colorado followed the same infrastructure-first model, ensuring that the brand's soul remains intact during the growth. Lynsi Snyder uses a security posture of anonymity to protect her family, while the company achieves record revenues and profits. The global adaptation of In-N-Out is a lesson in how to scale without losing your core founding identity. The strategic pivot to dual headquarters ensures that the company can continue to expand while maintaining its operational geographic core. They use data to ensure that every new store location is positioned for maximum performance and long-term brand success. The adaptation to the modern market is achieved through a rigorous commitment to the founders' original high-quality vision today. The legacy of the Snyder family is protected by a trust structure that governs succession with a ruthless focus on the founders watched their sons die young and built a system designed to survive the family that originally created it. Lynsi inherited her shares in stages, receiving full control only after reaching the age of 35 in 2017. This staged inheritance ensured she was old enough and experienced enough to manage the pressures of a billion-dollar empire. A critical clause states that shares would pass to extended family if the heir died before reaching the trigger ages. This institutional protection prevents outsiders from seizing the company during a leadership transition or a period of family tragedy crisis. The corporate constitution of In-N-Out is founded on the specific values of the Snyder family and their faith. Bible verses on the packaging act as a mission statement, binding employees and customers to a value system beyond profit. These principles act as a governance brake that prevents the dilution of the brand through reckless expansion or public offerings. I am curious to hear your views on meritocracy versus inheritance in family business legacies in the comments section below. Do you think that a staged trust structure is the best way to prepare an heir for massive corporate responsibility? Or should a company be led by the most capable professional manager regardless of their bloodline or family name legacy? The governance of the company survived an internal coup attempt in 2005 when an executive filed a lawsuit. The litigation revealed the philosophical debate over the company future, but the Snyders consolidated control and chose quality over speed. This victory for the founder's vision ensured that the brand remains family-operated and private despite the pressure of expansion. By the time Lynsi took the presidency in 2010, she had already begun her own faith-based recovery journey. She transformed her personal battles into a mission-driven philanthropy that focuses on addiction and child abuse prevention for others. The governance of the company is an extension of the family values that have survived every leadership transition and crisis. The architectural synthesis of the In-N-Out story provides an expert lesson in the absolute necessity of institutional hardening. Durable wealth is not just about a product, but about the systems that endure when the people eventually disappear away. The Snyders proved that tragedy can be the catalyst for building a legacy machine designed to survive any family crisis. Expert recommendations suggest that true old money focuses on control as the ultimate risk hedge for the entire family. By refusing to franchise or go public, the Snyders protected their brand from the dilution that destroys other global names. They built a fortress of quality that relies on infrastructure first and a supply chain that is treated as law. Please note, this material is for educational reference only and does not constitute financial or legal advice of any kind. We analyze the strategic decisions of the global elite to improve our own lives through the study of durable systems. The tragedy of the Snyders is a reminder that wealth comes with a price that no amount of money justifies. We are grateful for your time and your commitment to building a legacy that stands the test of time today. Let us improve our lives together by studying the fine print behind the most famous and successful brands in history. True luxury is the security of a system that protects your family and your values from the external market pressures. The golden arches of the Snyder Empire continue to glow because the family chose the slow path to lasting greatness. They transformed private grief into institutional purpose and built a machine that outlived the very people who originally created it. Stay focused on your own system and ensure that your legacy is built on a foundation of discipline and quality. The story of In and Out is a victory of the system over the chaos of human life and tragedy. Improve your life by learning the rules of the old money game and applying them to your own strategic path. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next episode of Strategic Analysis on Old Money Habits.